first of all, welcome back to another episode of the vlog. This is going to be episode 13 of the AED vlog, and hopefully it's going to be the best one yet. How you doing? You good? Come in.
His name is Moment. So I'm just like, yeah.
This week, hopefully some more deals. I'm feeling positive about a few of the guys working on offers, out viewing. Devesh is out viewing right now. He was very close to a deal last week, just couldn't agree on a date. The tenant found another option. I managed to get a deal over the line in our Kempinski for a resale property. It was a 1-bedroom, 2.5 million. I think the standards that we've set now for like the minimum KPIs, so calls, posts on social media and listings, is going to really drive performance, and I'm really proud of the team because we stuck to it over the weekend, which shows me that they are going to be really consistent, which is what it takes to succeed in this industry. So feeling like we're going to have a really good week and hopefully make this vlog the best one yet. I can't say for sure what's coming up this week because things are always changing, but there's going to be some viewings, some meetings, some stuff outside the office, maybe some briefings. I want to try and introduce a new content pillar called 3 Up, 3 Down, where I review projects and give my 3 favorite things about the project and 3 worst things about the project. I started off working on one. So as always, I'm excited because we never know what crazy thing is just around the corner. I'm sure on Friday there's going to be something that's happened that we never expected. Could be really good, could be really bad, but you'll just have to wait and find out.
How's the Monday motivation?
The matter, mate. Good, very good. It's an amazing day. Kicked 6 leads, 4 listings, so million in the bank account, nothing to complain about.
Yeah. And social media going.
Yeah.
It was the update.
I'm joking. 0 leads, 0 listings, 0 in the bank, 0.
But the social media.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I feel like the guys are just on the phone speaking to clients, and there's anything impossible to do, good conversations all day long, and they're busy and they've got to hit targets, so it feels like we're get things done. I don't like silence. I like the noise.
I think Sundays, that's where
I was it good, like 900 seconds. Like if you saw 900 people where they wouldn't even fit on this floor, imagine they'd block the lift, the whole building would be blocked. 900 people came, the whole building would be shut down because people would be able to get on it.
Because now I'm going to follow new stars.
So 6,000 people, sorry, yeah, 6,000 are a lot. That's like crowd of people. So that's like good. Pretty soon you're going to be getting spots. It's like a tennis scales. Yes, good size tennis. Sense quarter Wimbledon, man. 8,000. That's all we're doing. That's like, we're making it basically tennis.
I'm going to fix this the next time. So what I was thinking was...
No, look, I'll tell you something. One thing, pictures are not going to get as many views as videos.
No, but like, you know those, like, they put out like Canva and they make it like presentable. Like, okay, news, the steady. People are not.
Yeah, I get it. Just post a picture is not as good as like posting more engaging content. Like just taking this listing on and like sliding across to talk about the listing is a 4-bit like something.
Yeah.
And a picture of you in there as well. I think that's the main.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do something like a little bit more presentable the next time.
Yeah.
Speaking about the apartment more, like, and like each.
The most important thing is to actually review when you post it. Review, think about what you could do differently, what you could do better, and then try it. You're already ahead of so many people that be doing that.
Kelsey, my wife, she's going to be so happy that I mentioned it in one of the episodes.
Yeah.
She always messages me after she's watched the vlog.
Yeah. Did she like it?
Yeah, she loves it. Okay. Thursday, got a couple of meetings. Can't think where now. Dubai Hills with an old contact of mine that wants to do something with buying and renovating. I think I'm going to be on site tomorrow at the Kempinski, Wednesday on site as well. Team's busy. The KPIs that we set a couple of weeks back, well, last week actually, they've really started to make a difference. I can see everyone is on it now, trying to get listings, posting social media, and I'm getting so many comments out there from people who watch our channels. They can see the consistency. That's down partly to you guys, Chairman, Gillian, AJ, Jessica, John, Daniel, Rachel, the whole team behind Acon, not just me. So, more of the same. Keep pushing forward. It's hard to actually explain to the vlog what's going to happen. I would love to be able to say right now, in this episode, you're going to see this, this, and this. But I actually don't know. That's the crazy thing.
think maybe on Friday we should do should wear the same outfit and we should flip it back and I should talk about what's actually happened in the vlog. Because then, you know what I mean? It would probably people engage and watch it to see what happens.
Yeah.
All I can say is watch this episode. It's going to be the best one yet.
Did you recognize the mislabel? I was trying to mislabel, but it didn't seem like a mislabel.
Do you plug in?
Yes, and for it to get traction, it needs to have a very catchy name.
I'm gonna need you to reply to one of your comments on your personal. One of your viewers is asking, just like Liam is there to support the team, how does he get the support team? His name is Moments. So I'm just like, yeah.
He messaged me actually. How do I get support I need? Well, it's a good question. But to be honest, I knew what I was getting myself into. I guess I do get support from everyone. You know, Rachel, Jessica, AJ, Charan, Gillian, John, everyone, Daniel, they're all supporting each other, to be honest. And when I'm interviewing people to join ACO, I always feel like I want to work for them. That's the mindset I have. When I'm creating this company and I'm hiring people, I'm not thinking about how they can support me, to be honest. But they do. You could say I support myself. My main focus is not me. It's the team and it's getting further along with the journey of where we want to be. Yeah, I'm not overly worried about getting support for myself. It's more about supporting our vision and our goals. Also, obviously, my wife is supportive. She watches every TikTok live. She sent me a message to say how devastated she was today because she couldn't watch the full TikTok live. My mum, my dad, I feel like I'm giving an acceptance speech at the Oscars. But yeah, all my family are obviously very supportive. And yeah, thanks for the question, Mo. Really appreciate it. Keep watching, keep supporting ACO, and I'm sure we'll keep doing the work that we're doing too.
At the end of every month and the start of every new month, I write an email to everyone that's involved in the company in some respect. And I really enjoyed this part of my role as the founder and CEO, you could say, of ACO. It really helps me to understand and see where we are growing as well as where we need to improve. So that's what I've just been doing this afternoon. And tomorrow we have our social media metrics review, which is another really enjoyable part of my day-to-day running of the business. I get to see the growth for all of our social media content that we are so focused on producing. So I'm really looking forward to that tomorrow. And I have to say now it's Monday evening and we've had a great start to the week. Everyone's been positive. Like I said before, probably picked it up in some of the other stuff we posted. It feels like the momentum is real and we are building. I can feel some deals coming hopefully this week. I don't know where from yet exactly. There's a few potential deals. We've got definitely some good listings. Hopefully we get the buyers that come through and want to make a decision. So let's see how the rest of the week plays out.
That's the first city I landed in when I went to the US.
All right, Tuesday, the 5th of August, 2025. We are here back with ACO's Roundup. First of all, let's have a look at the weather for today. So it's still baking at 42 degrees. It's a little bit cooler than yesterday, but it's not going to make that much of a difference. It's going to feel like 49 degrees, which is 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty humid, so good luck out there. That's the weather for today. All right, let's have a look at the news today. So we're getting the roundup from last month, obviously. July was a great month. It was actually the second best month that we've ever seen on record in Dubai in terms of real estate. There was 65 billion dirhams worth of sales across more than 20,300 transactions compared to July 2024. So if you look year on year, July 25 to July 24, so the amount of sales rose by 25% and the value rose by 30%. Also in the news today, we saw, and I've seen this firsthand, a new tunnel has just arrived on Sakhim. Have you seen it? No. So literally, they've been digging this massive hole for months. And all of a sudden, I was going to the gym on my normal route, and then the road just took me off into this tunnel, and there's a massive tunnel under Sakhim, so opposite Dubai Hills, and I guess you could say Arjan or Science Park, yeah? You see it? So there we have it. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. You ready, guys? Come in. That effects. You're live, by the way, on TikTok and YouTube and everything. How you doing? You good? Come in. Touch above the wire. How's it going? Yeah, surprise visit. No problem.
Sure. Okay, let's cut it there in a moment of time, and then we go to the end of it, and you say, okay, right, I want to list and 18 million. You say, Mr. Christ, I want 19 million. If you get them less, I'm not going to pay 2%. If you get me more, I'll have more. Bumps in the road and why it might be better to choose someone that has a fee, that gives a full service, as opposed to the agents that are not really going to do the work that it takes to break a record price. But again, just managing expectations. My fee is 2%, and that's not tied to the price that we achieve, because that's the market that decides that. I'd love to be able to decide the market. Yeah, and I could do that. You know, I'd be the one buying this property. I'd be selling this property, not you.
Yeah, I was just thinking in terms of like a labeling perspective. Now, how do you label those? You want label rate, you rate it. So he says
he wants 90, but he doesn't want to pay commission. So it seems like, to me, the most you really want to net the most money in your pocket, isn't it? What do we know about a loss?
The fear of the loss is a greater motivator than the det kunne liksom på gain.
It's double, right?
Double. Yeah. So when you lose 10, you have to hit the other side with the 20 to feel even.
To feel even, exactly. So that was really good how you turned that around. I like it. Point of mirroring is to get them to really open up and feel that you want to understand where they're coming from. And the idea is for them to say that's right. That when they say that you know that they feel like you understand them. Not you're right, that's right. But you understand their point of view. And then when you have that, then you want to paraphrase. So you basically summarizing, it seems like you think this is not the right property for you. It seems like, or it feels like to me, that you might want to see something else because this is not, you know what I mean? And then that will lead you to the next. So you did the one post, and Nate, how do you feel?
Just over it.
You did it?
Yeah, just over it, yeah. I was going to do more, but I got inquiries on one of the properties. Oh, sorry, it's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. What happened?
You're lucky boy. Just scraped over 131. And you did 3 posts on the courts. Like from Master. The boss. Calls are good. Yeah. It's great. It's getting to crazy views. Every single post that you've done is like 5,000, 6,000, 8,000.
the trendy ones, yeah.
How'd you do it?
Charisma.
I was watching a live stream and inquired about the job. I'm very smart and I learn quickly. Thanks, Michael. Is still Glover? How do you pronounce that? Glover or Glover?
What's the name?
Two. Still.
So what do you have to say about that?
Not much.
They didn't even send a resume.
That's the first city I landed in when I went to the U.S. Houston, I stayed in, pretty much Houston. And then I went to Rosenberg. It was new at the time. It was a new suburb. It was really nice.
Anyway, all right, guys, just listen up for 2 seconds. So we know the KPIs that we're now tracking and non-negotiables, basically. Devesh, what's the first non-negotiable? 130 calls, Monday to Friday. Excuse my writing, doesn't really matter. You get it, all right? 20 calls. I mean, this probably going to increase, by the way. And again, don't do 2021. This is the difference between a huge success, top performer, someone who pushes beyond, someone who just ticks the boxes. This is your business. Again, you don't work for me. This is your business that you started. If you want to succeed, this is not for you to do 21 and 131 and feel like you've done okay. You're not making money unless you do deals. This is all designed to get you opportunities to do deals. Next thing, right, Nate, what's the next point?
Social media.
Socials. So we got TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, 1 per day. I think soon we should start tracking stories, but I want you to engage on stories. Why stories? Why do you think we need to do stories?
Builds engagement with your followers.
That's where you're going to get replies from people who actually want to do business. Agents might message you and say, hey, I've just seen your story on your listing in Dubai Hills. How much is it? Can we view today? That's how you're going to get deals. And I'm living proof of that. Also, clients, if you actually want to make money from socials, you've got to do stories. So I think we should think about starting to track that. But for now, I just want you to include it in what you're doing. The book is called The Full Fee Agent by Chris Voss. So I remember talking about this entrance to the Kempinski residences, the creek, it must have been about 1,000 times. So I went to the whole real estate market and presented this project, and then subsequently met with potential buyers with their agents in the office for months and months. And just to see it now becoming a reality is just so, it's a weird feeling, to be honest, but I remember talking about this triple height lobby, which is 12.5 meters high. So let's go inside and show you how it's looking right now. It's so impressive just to have that ceiling height, so much natural light coming into this lobby. And then as you look straight through, we're in the center of our project now, and we're looking out onto a resort which we named Gaia Gardens. And this is where there's going to be an incredible water feature. And then outside in that resort, you're going to have 4 swimming pools, paddle tennis, basketball, volleyball. There's going to be a beach area. As a group at AECO, we are studying, and I say studying, not reading a book, because it's one thing to read a book, but to actually study and understand and actually take away and implement points of the book is not easy. And it requires rereading, listening on Audible, and actually reading, highlighting, and going back and really taking in information and coming up with a plan to implement it. The book is called The Full Fee Agent by Chris Voss, who is ex-hostage negotiator from the FBI. Something that we're all kind of understanding now is that in order to succeed in this industry, you have to be able to build trust. You can do deals where people don't really trust you, but it's just not going to lead to long-term business. So we are now, as a group, focusing on building trust with our clients, and how we are doing that, and how the book teaches you how to do that, is to make the other side certain that you understand them. And that comes from active listening and tactical empathy. We're all really enjoying the book. It's really already changed my perspective on so many things about this job. So I'm going to reveal more as we go through the vlog this week and future episodes, because I really think there's so many key takeaways that you can implement, like I said, not just if you're in the real estate industry, but throughout your whole life. I just posted a story about being back in the Dubai Hills Golf Club, and I just put nostalgia. Put these on, then you've got to come back in and you've got to sing Barbie. Good morning, it's now 8 o'clock Thursday, and I've just arrived at DNA Health Clinic here in Al Wasl. This is something that I do every 6 months. I get a full blood test and a review with my doctor to make sure that I am healthy, keeping on track, and that my exercise and supplement regimen is doing what it needs to do. And if there's any changes to be made, then we can make some changes. I find it really interesting. I've always found this stuff really interesting. Always want to be at my best, and for me it's all about having the most energy naturally. So yeah, gonna have a quick blood test now, and then we're gonna get back to the office for the live show at 9:30. Hopefully I can get in and out pretty quickly. Hello, how are you? I'm a bit early, thank you. How are you? Am I good? Very well. All right, so that's my annual, well, every 6 months. It's an annual test, but I do it every 6 months just so I can understand my body and how it's reacting to everything I'm trying to do to have more energy and live forever. Now back to the office. Busy day ahead. Looking forward to this one. Major announcement to make. Today, 7th of August, Thursday the 7th of August, 2025, we're going to have our first forfeit. He knows what's coming because he's laughing. What happened? Explain.
My issue was,
Give us an excuse. It better be a good excuse.
basically, I spent like 3.5 hours getting pictures, and it was a hassle. And I
Speak louder, tell
I
it.
didn't like measure my time correctly. I didn't like manage it properly. So I came back, and 4 or 5, I did like 30 calls or something. Not even 30, pretty sure 23 or something. But then I did like 100 calls in total, but that was after 5. So Liam was like, that counts for the next day. So where's my forfeit? I'll do it.
Yeah, you sure you want to do it? Well, I mean, you have to do it, but I mean, Nate, what do you think? How can that be? So just read out the scores before we start. So Devesh, actually, where's that? Is that a 5 or a 2?
154.
154. I thought that was a 2. I thought it was 124. 154. It is very sad. Well, I know what's sadder. I'm going to tell you in a second. Nate, again, scraping over the line. Scraping. You're a lucky boy this morning. 131 calls. That's the second time he's hit 131 calls. And then Raya, I don't even know if we should say this, 29. Absolutely feeble effort. Pathetic. All right, so you're going to basically, all right, you got to go outside. You got to put these on. Then you got to come back in. And you got to sing Barbie. I'm joking, I mean, you just got to come back in. All right, so as quick as you can.
All right, here we go. There it is. It's not bad. It's not bad. Actually, quite cute, yeah?
It's quite cute. I'm going to be there.
All right, you're listing your property at 15 million dirhams and you have been working on the property for about 1 month. You've been doing some viewings, you've had no offers yet. 15 is not realistic, it's not going to sell, but you took the listing on because you wanted to try and, convince him that he'd take a lower offer. Now you've got the lower offer. Market price, we said 15. Market price is,
Can I check for you guys real quick?
13.5, 14. No, let's say 14. You've got an offer of 12.9. But the buyer's serious. The buyer could potentially come up. You've got to give an offer. It's a cash buyer. Can move really quickly. You can have the deal finished in a week. But transactions are happening at 40. So,
Okay, and I'm the one who just made the offer.
right, you'll tell her how many, what age.
I'm back.
So you got it. Have a think. Think in your mind how you're going to start this.
What happened can't possibly be something that bad.
Look, I mean, I'd go harder with the accusation notice. Even though he's applied, he's not really said that much. So I would say give him a couple. Again, before you have these conversations, it's important just to sit down, pause, even speak to me, and we'll come up with how the other person might be thinking, and then you put it all out there.
Yeah.
So let's just get him a few more scenarios.
I think it was good. It's just, I would not try to say, what's up, step, what's up. I'll do it. I need to do it anyways. Okay, look at Divesh. I was just to put, not Kanye. I said Divesh was saying the perfect things. It's just, he could have gotten him to speak a little bit more.
Yeah, all right. I feel like if we got more information, when do you want to invest? When do you want to sell it? What's the time frame? All of those, yes, but you should have been more precise. 3 months. I want to invest in this. 3 months. This is how much time I have. This is how low I'm willing to go. When you have all that information, then you can give them options. This is the options, option 1, option 2, and then you can choose them.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. This is a AECO strategy and formula that we stick to every time we give. Doesn't have to be a low offer. Any bad news. Okay. So the first thing is called bracing. Okay. So when you're bracing, it's proven, even with physical pain, parts of your brain that basically dull the exposure to pain. So if you say to someone, this is going to really hurt before you give them an injection, and they expect it to be really bad, you can give them the injection, they don't really feel it that much because the body kind of dulls that feeling. It's the same with bad news. You want to make it seem like it's going to be much worse than what it is. All right. So that's the first thing. So how do we brace? Nate, I think you know this one.
Yeah, just like you said, it's the middle analogy.
What do you say?
Yeah, you're probably going to think I'm the worst agent.
No, that's not bracing. That's something else. That's accusation audit. Bracing, you know what it is?
For the worst risk,
Almost.
I hate to be the one to break to you.
Yeah, I mean, you could use that, but what we're going to say, Eiko, is I have bad news. 5 words. I have bad
I said this doesn't get you bad news.
Doesn't he talk
some bad news. I have some bad news. Bad.
when it comes to bracing? Doesn't he also say like you should do it to a point where they're like,
What is it? Calm it down. That's not bracing. That's accusation audit. Okay, so we start right straight away. I'm going to come out with it. I have some really bad news. Pause. Let it soak in. Let them feel. Let them start to think about what it could be. You're probably going to think I'm the worst agent in the world. Now, we keep going with these accusation audits. We think before we speak, before we make the call, we think about everything that the other client is going to be thinking in their head. What could they be thinking if you're making another offer? What are they going to think when you tell them 12.9? They're going to think the guy doesn't care about me and my money. The guy just wants to get a quick commission. The guy doesn't really know the market. He's just wasting my time. He's desperate to make money. List out, it could be 20 things, right? And with the accusation audit, after we brace them, we give the accusation audit and we basically go until they say what you just said. No, it's fine. Just tell me, until they actually reply with something, then you tell them, okay? So you start off, right, I've got some really bad news. You're probably going to think, I don't care about you and how much money you're making in your pocket. You probably just think, I'm desperate to do a deal. You keep going. You're probably going to think I am the worst agent who doesn't know the market. You probably think, and you keep going to a point, and you only go further once they basically stop you. Okay. And then when they stop you, you deliver the news. I've got you an offer, but it's 12.9 million. And you pause and let them tuck it in. And because of the bracing and accusation audits, that's going to hit so much softer, okay, than what we thought they might do. Even if he says no, that's okay. We're not trying to convince him. We're just laying it out because then we can have the conversation. But look, we discussed this, we tried it, didn't potentially work. After a month, we now need to look at listing, or we can carry on going, this is what you want, or we can take the, I don't feel like this is the right property for me. I can't help you, But yeah, go ahead, both are good, but I like the way that you summarized the two options and then you gave him back the choice. Yeah. It's really good.
I think starting was really good because he labeled very well.
Yeah.
He labeled really well.
But then you summarized and gave your options over to the client, which is going to make the client feel understood and trusted.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Devesh, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I preferred his opening. Who's his? You can see it. Okay. We thought it was a little softer and like trying to get more out of him in a softer tone. But his closing was better. Yeah. It's like the option. I can't do this for you, but doing this is better. So you have both options, but this one clearly sounds better. But I'm not telling you it is better. You're gonna pick it yourself.
Agreed. So I really like that. Well done, Ray. Solid. We can't control the market. We just put the property out there. We give it the maximum exposure. We do what we can do. And if the market's not buying it, it's kind of on you to react to that news. I'm giving you the news that people don't want to pay what you're asking. Yeah. So only a crazy person would not understand that the market's speaking to you. What do you want to do? You're just you're going back. You're brokering the deal. You're going back from the market. You're delivering the news to the client. You don't have to feel bad. You don't have to feel really stressed that he's going to think you're not doing your job. You can only do what you can do. And then when you have that mindset of disassociation from the outcome and you're calm and you're not desperate, then you can deliver these conversations confidently, calmly. And if he says to you, you know what? You're not doing your job, I want to leave, then that's fine, because if he's at that, if the client's that way inclined, it's no point. So yeah, I'm pleased with that session. I think it was really good. I really want you guys to focus on this book. I want you to be able to come up with this without re-prompting you from now on.
Yeah.
There's the book, listen to it and read it, but also there's some videos that we can look at whereby they're talking and answering questions, both of them together, about the book, and I find that really helpful as well. Yeah, it's really good. I send it next to you.
All right. Now I'm having a squirrel brain moment. You know how squirrels go in the middle of the road, and when a car comes, they run both ways, going back and forth, and they get hit by the car. Like, I'm having that moment right now. I need to decide one thing. I'm trying to make a video about something that just happened, and I'm debating on whether I should do a selfie video or have you record it, because a selfie video would go better with the idea. But if you record it, I think it's more, just gives the impression that it's more structured. I think maybe I'll just go selfie. What do you think?
Yeah, I think selfie is pretty good.
Selfie better.
Because people like you more, like, if you're being intimate with them. Yeah, if like someone's behind the camera, they're like, who is that?
I'm tired of recording.
All right, so let's just go through this again, because we learned more from recall than we did exposure. I want us to put our minds together, come up with the answer for these questions. The guy says, I want 7 million. What can we say? How can we phrase a better line as opposed to just saying, why 7 million?
I've got some bad news.
No, I heard that. You don't want to break it. No. Think about it. Nate, I will 7 million.
Yeah.
Any ideas what we could say?
I asked him, where'd you get that figure?
Where you got that figure from? Okay, anything else? Think about.
So do we want 7 million near? I narrowed, and then I asked him where.
What about, say, we need photos,
but seems like you want the best property for here.
Oh, no. It seems like you have a specific number in mind. Because then what you're doing is you're not basically, it's not confrontational. You're not pushing them. You're not trying to convince them. You're just letting them give you their opinion, and you're just there to absorb and understand where they're coming from. That's just going to give them that sense of trust that this guy, to genuinely know, he wants me to speak and tell him how I feel. Now, granted, 7 million is probably a crazy price, but it might not be. Let's say it's, a different conversation, but it's actually a good selling price. It seems like you have a really specific figure in mind. What I'm thinking of doing now, because I'm rereading this section where it's about delivery, having tough conversations, and only enough tough conversations, I think we could probably adapt it even more to what we need it for, because that's quite vague. That's probably, based in America. So we could literally come up with a step-by-step script almost to how we deliver low offers, how we ask for price reductions. So again, we basically race the client, give them an accusation to audit, which requires a little bit of pre-planning and thought behind how they're going to react. And then we let them basically come over with the outcome and the next steps. We'll give them autonomy to choose how it goes from here. Don't feel like it's our responsibility to change things. Don't want you to feel stressed trying to take on the bird. The client is their problem. In the nicest way possible, it's their problem. In a good way. Like, they can decide. They can do whatever they want. This feels like going down memory lane. We are now on the car park at Dubai Hills Golf Club, and at one point in time, probably 2019, 2020, this clubhouse was basically my office, and I remember just being here all the time, chasing dreams, chasing deals. Today I am back meeting a very good friend, an amazing landscape architect who has designed some of the best gardens in these incredible mansions and properties around Dubai Hills, and he has some sort of a business proposition. So he wanted to meet with me to discuss how we could work together moving forward, and always good to meet him. So we're going to head on inside and hopefully have a nice meeting and agree on some future business. Today has been a good day. Devesh is working on a deal. Martin is also close to potential deal, it seems. A lot going on with Kempinski resales, and Rise pushing hard for some listings. Khalid's going to be back in the office tomorrow. Hopefully Joe's going to be back in the office tomorrow. Overall a good day. So let's see how the meeting goes. So what are the downsides of them listing with other people versus listing with you? Okay, let's do this. So first of all, we know the score. We're going to check on and see how these guys have performed so far yesterday. How are you feeling? I mean, confident levels about it. Yeah.
Go ahead. I just said do one thing.
Devesh, again, calls have been really great this week. Since we started this whole thing, actually, I wasn't sure if you were just going to start really strong and then drift off, but you've maintained it. 173 calls yesterday. You've put your posts across the social media. Don't forget, you got to plan for the weekend. Weekend is where you're going to come unstuck, usually. Not in the middle of the week, right? All right. So yeah, you got some good ideas for your posts on the weekend. All right, cool. Nate, strong yesterday, 153, better, not just creeping over the edge.
Okay, then why ain't tell me this winner? Well, that's a different story. The initial conversation, if the agent did it properly, all this time would have been saved.
Yeah. That's the first thought that came in my head. Like, if I was a seller, I'd be like, okay, it's been 2 months. Why ain't you tell me this winner?
Well, you should have, to be honest. I mean, if they say that, if you haven't been updating the seller and they say that, then, you know, I think for this review, it's really that you're at a spot because you should do your job throughout, to be honest. What can you do? I could have told you earlier, but I'm not. You're probably going to ask you. And again, that's why accusation audit should probably address that point. If you know that you haven't been updating the seller, you know, you're probably going to think, why I didn't tell you this sooner? No reply. You're probably going to think, I'm just looking to make quick money, drop your price and do a deal. You're probably going to think that a bad real estate agent and I don't know my market. You know what I mean? Keep going. Tactical empathy to get them to talk more. If they're holding back and pushing back on the price reduction, it seems like you believe the property is worth more. Again, doesn't always have to result in them changing their mind. That's the difference. It's just resulting in them saying that's right, because they're then gonna feel like they can trust you. That's the most important thing, because you've got to get that trust before you move on to anything else. This is amazing. I love this point. What would you need to happen for you to consider a price adjustment? Well, I would need to have an offer, or, you know what I mean? Yeah. Again, really pushing it back onto the client. They're going to have autonomy and agency over their property. When they've got it, it's so much easier for you as well. Mentally, you're more relaxed. It's on them. Tell me what you would like to happen, but what needs to happen for you to consider though in your price. And again, if you get these sellers that are just crazy, then not that much of a problem anyway, because you don't want to be working proof.
Complications of dealing with other agents. You know, I don't explain it, but basically, if he takes that many agents, he has to deal with so many phone calls. He has to deal with please do a viewing, blah blah blah. So, right? So the term I'm saying is, I'll take all of the responsibility. I'll handle all of that. All the agents are going to come to me. You know, you're going to have all the time in the world. I'm going to qualify every single buyer, and you have to do nothing. Yeah, well, that's what I was struggling to assume.
You could say something like, how am I supposed to get you 20 million without your complete trust and faith in me?
You could say that. We know that by going with multiple agents, what's the problem? Just take it out of Sarah and let's just talk as we know. What's the problem?
I don't know, maybe say something like, it seems like you're willing to deal with multiple agents to be able to sell the property fast.
Yeah, okay. So that's good. That's powerful. That's labeling, paraphrasing.
but think about a calibrated question. So what are the downsides of them listing with other people versus listing with you?
Quality of the process.
Quality of the process. Okay. Vash?
Yeah, these dates. Same that I was mentioning. When you list with so many agents, you don't know what's happening. You're out of the loop.
Yeah. Right.
Hassle with the agents all over the place. Just a mess with dealing with other agents. Like,
It's a mess. It's better dealing with a lot of them. You know what the main problem is, I think? Maybe you can agree or disagree. It's that when you deal with 3 agents, they don't really love the idea of sharing any information out there because they're not guaranteed that the business is going to come back to them. So they're going to hold on to the listing, trying to find that one buyer themselves, okay, to maximize the commission. Ideally, what would be best is if that you give it to me, because then I'm going to be motivated to work with everybody. But again, that's explaining. What we want them to do is figure that out for themselves and tell you. So you could ask them, what's the downside of working with multiple agents? What's the downside of them not having full responsibility for your property? And they start to think, okay, if they've not got full responsibility, well, the downside would be that they're going to hold on to it themselves, right? So you almost got to plant a little bit of a seed and get them to work out why it might be better for them to choose one agent, yeah? So the questions are really good because it really pushes the emphasis on them to make a decision, but, in the right way. It's pretty obvious that it will be better to have full exposure with one good agent. Do you want to do that again? But again, remember, we want to try and get him to say no, but it was good. I like the way they were thinking. I do think at the moment it's not automatic, especially when we're on the spot. That's why we've got to keep, thinking about what we're saying, trying it, coming out of the scenario, talking as a group, going back in and out. It's not going to be subconscious yet.
Yeah.
It's got to be thought. So before any important calls, let's just have a quick chat about what the other person might be thinking so that we're ready to go, It's going to take a bit of time before it actually goes in and it's just automatic. You don't have to worry about it. But I like this exercise. It's quite good. Yeah. This is perfect. Yeah. In that scenario, there was more thing that I was going to say, which I've completely forgot now. Again, talking about why they might not want to work with you. So including that, you might not want to work with me because I don't work unless it's exclusive. You might not want to work with me because I always charge a fee. You might not want to work with me because I only work till 6 p.m. and I take Sundays off. You know what I mean? Not being afraid of showing them your boundaries. When you're desperate and you're scared of losing everything, you're just saying everything you can, even if it's not entirely true, just to get them to like you and want to do business with you. When you're on the other side, you're almost trying to push them away, but you're doing the opposite by pulling them in. That's what we spoke about yesterday as well. So, all right, good job. 12 minutes past 10. Right, what's your plan today?
So I just do my calls, get my LinkedIn posts done early, and I have some ideas for my Instagram and TikTok posts as well. So I don't get those done very, very quick.
And the new listing's going up.
I had one listing up, fine listing. A session listing. No, I don't have a second listing yet. But I have a verbal agreement with 2 more people that said they want to finalize or discuss it within a week. So I have 2 of those. One call yesterday where he was like, call me back in an hour and you can have my listing. But I called him back, he didn't pick up, so I have to reach out to him again today and see how that goes.
Job. Devesh, contract's been sent out?
Yeah.
Contract sent out, but what's the chances of this deal happening?
Right now, like 25%.
25%.
Yeah. Still not 0, but it's always something.
Good, man. It helps us be a good deal.
So, I need to do, So I have one that I'm speaking to, but I don't have photos of the villa. So what happens if I get the contract signed and everything at 4 or 5 p.m.? Do I lose everything?
I think this guy. David, how are you? Your bizarre. Morning. What I took?
Devesh, go on.
Yeah, what happens if I get a listing at 5, 6 p.m.?
So Sunday, week. Oh, it's a Sunday. Yeah, we'll give him out on there. But that might mean you got to work extra on the week. That's not good, though. Nate, you're almost there with the contract. We're just going to take out one clause. Rachel's done the contract, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think it's a good deal? Rachel? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's stuff, right?
Yeah, they just want the 20-second clause removed.
20-second clause removed. All right. Yep. Awesome. Oh, yeah, yesterday's one there. Yeah, about his concept.
Yesterday's the one they try 1,000 admin on. Yeah, that would sit there.
Yeah. What's the deal? How much?
The price of it, even Mr. Rental.
How much?
5K.
No, the rental.
75K.
How many checks?
4 checks.
4 checks. Better than the offer we had, right?
before they had 80, but 6 checks. All right. People have been asking where you are, worried about what's going on, how you feeling, back in the game now.
The Somalian got me sick.
Was it not Devesh? I think Devesh got
Devesh is the one who's...
Devesh got me, well, I got you.
So he did Wuhan in this office, and then it just started passing on. Thank you, Devesh.
And Joe apparently just landed, he's not feeling 100%, so hopefully he's still...
It's a comfy, it feels 100% because I need recovery. Yeah, Joe just came back.
Joe just came back last night.
Amazing.
Mo said, welcome back.
So he watched me do it. He didn't want to do it in the beginning. He watched me do it.
Do what though? What are we doing?
Whatever.
You watched him do a story, a video. But that's pretty much talking about the meeting earlier.
And now that he knows what to say, he wants to do it instead of... What's wrong with that? That's inspiration.
Yeah, but you can speak about challenges.
And really? Is that right?
You're still going to answer that, Pashi, by the way.
We have been trying to get our new WhatsApp targeting system up and running for probably 2 months now. We've been waiting for Meta to verify our account. We've been verified, so we've just started sending information to our clients in our CRM, and we're having a crazy response to one project that we're sending out. So I'm just making sure the team get notified on the leads. Are you getting the notifications now? Yeah. So you just got that one. So we're giving them to the 2 up-brand guys that we've got, which is good, which is what we wanted.
How's this week been?
The week average, I would say.
Why
Brilliant. Well, I was the deals. Khalid wasn't here. Joel's been away. So, yeah, not amazing. Not terrible, but not amazing.